Hello, and welcome to the virtual Zoom room in the cloud, home of the Golden Anniversary Convention of the National Federation of the Blind of Nebraska. We assemble as we have 49 times before, dating back to January 30th, 1971, with the same determination and enthusiasm of those who attended that first reorganizing in Omaha a half a century ago. As always, we join with the knowledge that our gathering is the greatest and largest delegation of the blind in the state this year. While physically we may be socially distant from one another, rest assured in cities and towns all across the state and around this nation, we are each marching together in our own space. Although we cannot embrace each other in a hug this weekend, there is comfort in knowing that the blind of Nebraska are present and accounted for. From Scottsbluff to Syracuse, Madison to McCook, Ogallala to Omaha, and everywhere in between, we have long understood that remote need not equate with separation. The bond we share is connected not through space or a given place, but is intertwined in our hearts. We are wed in experience and love through understanding. Our union for all these years gives us strength and offers us hope. The trust and belief that we place in one another serves to announce to those who haven't united with us and helps remind ourselves that we, the blind of Nebraska, have dreams we will fulfill. Our blindness will not stop us from loving, laughing, and living the lives we want. Like the previous 50, these next 50 years will challenge and inspire us to help ascend the blind of Nebraska to our proper place in all aspects of society. What exactly will the next 50 years hold in store for the National Federation of the Blind of Nebraska? Only time will tell. All that we can know as we celebrate our golden anniversary is our determination, belief in one another, the belief in our mission, the trust in who and what we are, and the foundation laid by previous members and built upon all these years will strengthen and sustain us. Like any married couple celebrating their 50 years together, we remember the good times and the bad, beam with pride at our successes, learn from our failures, and approach the future with joy. We use our wisdom to remain energized, knowing that the past has revealed that the future can be bright. Like any fortunate marriage that has lasted until and beyond its golden anniversary, we stand in union with one another to demonstrate that a commitment to the truth and to a cause bigger than oneself is not only possible, but is necessary for us to be fulfilled. We have persevered despite different personalities, methods, and ideas. We know from experience that many marriages and organizations don't make it this long. That is why this much love is signified by gold. Even the ancient Northern Europeans recognized the accomplishment, leaving indications of the golden anniversary in their earliest written references. Their tradition called for a husband to give his wife a golden wreath, garland, or necklace on their 50th anniversary. In that same tradition, we, the NFB of Nebraska, stand to say that over all the years and through all the changes, we still desire to remain united to accomplish our dreams. Have there been changes in our world over these 50 years that have demanded we adapt? You bet there have been. But despite them, or in spite of them, we continue to meet the new challenges as Nebraskans do. We will be reflecting upon the 50 years of progress within the NFBN throughout this convention. For our remaining minutes together, I thought it might be fun to examine just how much times have changed since January 1971. Take, for example, an interesting item that most listening may have never thought of or experienced, because starting in January of 1971, they disappeared. If you are among those here who remember them, you definitely are eligible for AARP. I am referring to radio and television commercials for cigarettes when they were contemporary, as the last ones aired on all three networks at 11:59 on January 1st. On the very day our founding reorganizers were meeting in Omaha, the UCLA Bruins began an 88-game winning streak which would last until January 19th, 1974. Our very own Nebraska Cornhuskers had their share of sports success in January 1971, but we will revisit that story in a bit. How much have things such as prices of household items, pop culture, and daily life changed in the last 50 years? Let's take a peek back at those days. Some of you might recall that prior to 1971, the voting age wasn't 18 as it is now. This was a year that saw the passage of the 26th Amendment, which matched the voting age to the age of draft into military service. Would you believe that according to the People History, in 1971, the average income was $10,600 per year, a month's rent was $150, and the average new home cost just $25,250. A brand new Dodge Charger cost just $3,579, and a gallon of gas to put in it was just 40 cents. A U.S. postage stamp cost just 8 cents. Strawberries, 29 cents a pound. A 10-pound bag of Idaho potatoes, 98 cents. A jar of Jiffy peanut butter, 59 cents. And a side-by-side refrigerator to put all the groceries in, $704.95. A cassette recorder, $29.88. Malibu Barbie, $1.94. An Etch-a-Sketch ran you just $2.83. Rock'em Sock'em Robots, $8.99. And a ticket to the movies, $1.50. Speaking of the movies, what could you have watched for your $1.50? Such classics as A Clockwork Orange, The French Connection, The Last Picture Show, On Any Sunday, Fiddler on the Roof, Play Misty for Me, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and Dirty Harry.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Those who stayed home to do their viewing on TV would have caught the debuts of Masterpiece Theater on January 10th and All in the Family on January 12th. Other debuts that year included The Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour, The Jackson 5, The New Dick Van Dyke Show, Soul Train, The Electric Company, and Columbo. Other top-rated shows that were frequently pulled in with rabbit ears: The Flip Wilson Show, Marcus Willoughby MD, Gunsmoke, the ABC Movie of the Week, Sanford & Son, Manic, Adam 12, and The Mary Tyler Moore Show. In terms of music, according to Tunecaster, the top 10 songs of January 30th, 1971 were: Number 10, Sweet Mary by Wadsworth Mansion. 9, Stony End by Barbra Streisand. 8, If I Were Your Woman by Gladys Knight and the Pips. 7, One Bad Apple by the Osmonds. 6, Your Song by Elton John. 5, Knock 3 Times by Dawn. 4, I Hear You Knocking by Dave Edmunds. 3, Does Anybody Really Know What Time It Is by Chicago. 2, Rose Garden by Lynn Anderson. And to prove that times really have changed, number 1, Lonely Days by the Bee Gees. Of course, for those of us blind Nebraskans, or those who can see and have decided to join our cause, 1971 was most remembered for the creation of our distinguished affiliate. Our reorganization and steady progress towards success coincided with the ascension of another beloved program which rose to prominence at nearly the same time. In January 1971, the Nebraska Cornhuskers captured the national championship, and like us, have never looked back. I featured the parallel and celebration of our successes in the opener in 2007, and I thought it might be fitting to revisit that offering once again. So, as we transition to the opener from 2007, I wish to thank Jeremy Fifield for assisting me this year, and to John Bishop, then of KLIN Radio and the Husker Sports Network, now of KOZN 1620 The Zone in Omaha, who graciously agreed to narrate and engineer my script all those years ago. Although the former opener mentions the North Platte Convention and was prior to some of our successes, such as disabled parents' rights legislation, I think you will find it a worthy and worthwhile revisit. I wish to end my current remarks by saying that I feel fortunate to have been united in mission and to have worked alongside all of you. I consider being in the National Federation of the Blind of Nebraska to be like pure gold to me. Take it away, John!
Nebraska is known for many traits, among them a hard-working citizenry who through both individual effort and group achievement strive every day to make our home state what it is, the epitome of the good life. Since 1971, the embodiment of goal-oriented success through collective action has been expressed by the average Nebraskan through the achievements of the Cornhuskers, who take to the field each fall Saturday afternoon.
2 shots to go 2 yards. Jeff Kinney in the top of the eye. Haggy, the quarterback, calls his count at the line of scrimmage. Taking a long count there, he gives to Kinney. Kinney over the left side, touchdown! 74 yards on that drive, and Nebraska forges into the lead, 34-31. Oh, man, woman, and child, I never thought I would live this long to see this kind of a football game.
In that same year, 1971, the blind citizens of Nebraska also came together as a team, organizing themselves to collectively achieve success through the efforts of the National Federation of the Blind of Nebraska. While the football program was making strides towards first-class status in the world of college football, the blind of Nebraska were sprinting towards their own first-class status in society, a position where the blind of Nebraska will be secure and equal in their status, and where their opportunities towards the good life are bountiful. Both the National Federation of the Blind of Nebraska and the Nebraska Cornhuskers have had visionary leaders who brought their respective programs to prominence in their own fields. In football, it was coaches such as Bob Devaney and Tom Osborne who revolutionized how and what the student athlete could achieve. For the National Federation of the Blind of Nebraska, Dick Parker, Marcia Bangert, and Jim and Barbara Walker, just to name a few, led us through those early days and gave inspiration to current leaders such as President Amy Burrish, who now show us the way. Collective action brought the university football team to such achievements as 5 national championships, a nation-leading number of academic All-Americans, and an ever-building string of consecutive sellouts at Memorial Stadium.
Nebraska's quarterback, Mark Maurer, tosses to Craig, running the right side. He got a block. He's outside of the 40, the 45, the 50. He's cutting back into the left to the 30. He's at the 25, the 20. Mama, he's gone home. Gill calling the count. He turns, flips it off to Rozier. Rozier turns. He's running back around the field. He's trying to get away. He's looking for blockers. He turns upfield. He's going to run a touchdown. Touchdown! Holy cow! Man, woman, and child! Dog squeeze right. It's Amon with the ball. Got a block. He's there across the 50, 45. Right sideline. Hook and tackle. 25 to 20. He's going to score. Amon Green. Touchdown. 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 He takes the snap. Here's the zone play. Clinton got a block by McNamara. 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 30. First play from scrimmage. Touchdown. 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 2nd and 5 coming up for the Cornhuskers. Double tight swing right. That's Reggie Ball, Schuster, and Clinton Childs in there. And an option to the right. Tommy on the keep. Turns the corner. 25-30. Eludes a tackler. 35. Tommy Frazier. 37, 38, 39, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. He's going to go. Holy cow. Touchdown, Tommy Frazier.
No matter the opponent or the challenge, working together, the National Federation of the Blind of Nebraska has piled up its own impressive string of victories. From passage of the White Cane legislation, which protects blind pedestrians, and establishing of equal treatment when purchasing and utilizing insurance, to the creation of a commission for the blind and securing the accessibility of all blind Nebraskans to vote in secret ballot. Whether it involves bringing the news from hundreds of publications into the homes of blind Nebraskans over the telephone each day through the services of NFB Newsline, or ensuring that all blind children in Nebraska are given the right to learn Braille, the winning tradition and determination of the National Federation of the Blind of Nebraska always prevails. Now, as we, the National Federation of the Blind of Nebraska, assemble here in the annual state convention in North Platte on a Saturday in the fall, you have many items to reflect upon and many goals that you must yet achieve. Like your counterparts on the gridiron, your wins are sweet and your losses are bitter. Your successes and failures, however, are not just mere tallies in a ledger. Your defeats are too costly to all of those who are blind, and your victories are too necessary to ever stop playing until you win. Throughout this weekend and each day forward, each of you must ask yourselves, what kind of player will you be? And what role will you play on the team to win freedom for the blind? Your end zone may not be a visible one. The distance to your ultimate goal line is yet unknown. But be assured, together, you will keep running towards it and never allow yourselves to get tackled short of your dreams.
Joe Wiley in to kick. Wiley stands at his own 24, waits for the snap. Rogers deep for Nebraska. Here's Wiley's kick, gets high. It holds up there. Rogers takes the ball at the 30. He's hit and got away. Back upfield to the 35, to the 40. He's to the 45. He's to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, to the 20, to the 10. He's all the way home. Holy moly! Man, woman, and child did that. Put them in the aisles. Johnny the Jet Rogers just tore them loose from their shoes.